Otherwise, weather still looking good, and it's going to be that way as we head into the weekend. In fact, temperatures cooling down a bit, so it's all about now Hurricane Sally just a couple of 100 miles or less just to our east, where it's going to be a very long night. Let's take a look at the radar imagery, taking a look at Sally over a 12-hour loop, and you can see this slow spinning center here. This eye wall, or at least partial eye wall, continues to bear down right along the Gulf Coast, primarily just south of the Mobile area, from Gulf Shores over to Pensacola. These heavy rain bands have been working their way through the western Florida panhandle, so already some spots receiving over 10 inches of rain, another 10 to 15 possible overnight tonight, and the outer edge of that eye wall, the roughest weather right over Gulf Shores to Orange Beach now, and slowly moving inland. Storm moving just to the northeast at only 2 miles an hour. So busy across the Atlantic basin, but the only game in town that we have to worry about is Hurricane Sally. We're going to watch this in the western Gulf of Mexico. There's broad upper level low pressure here, and this is going to sit out here for 5 to 7 days. So something that we may have to deal with going into next week, but in the near term right now, we're watching Sally, and Sally getting a little bit better organized on satellite imagery. We kind of see warming around an eye here. It isn't perfect, but nonetheless, National Hurricane Center upping the winds on this system this evening up to 85 miles an hour. It's only moving to the northeast at 2, so even though it's about 50 miles offshore or less, it's going to take 12 hours or more, even more than that, to make landfall unless we see a change. But now moving more north and northeast, kind of following that GRAF model that we're going to show you in just a bit. Landfall right on the coast, 90-mile-per-hour winds. Pressure has dropped off, so got to go for a slightly stronger storm, because there's still an opportunity. We haven't seen it weakening at all for it to strengthen, and then finally moving inland and producing heavy rain along its trek. Now, not many offshore buoys or platforms reporting, but Viosca Knoll reporting over 100-mile-an-hour gusts. These are gusts all night, all day today. Going back to last night, I showed this gusting over 100 miles an hour. So, hurricane force gusts just south of the buoy, south of Dauphin Island, 20-foot seas there. So you know there's going to be big surge piling up by Mobile Bay, and then all the bays as you get over toward the western panhandle of Florida. So here's the GRAF model that's been on it all along. I didn't show it yesterday because it showed a landfall Mississippi, Alabama, but it's been pretty much on. Even though this particular model is still a little east of the National Hurricane Center track, it still means rough weather from Mobile through Pensacola and then eventually off to the north and east, while we enjoy breezy north winds and partly cloudy skies and temperatures once again near 90. Here's the forecast wind product associated with the GRAF model, and winds really pick up tomorrow morning. That's when you could see some 100-mile-an-hour gusts anywhere from, we'll say, the Dauphin Island area, Mobile, Orange Beach, Pensacola, as the system moves inland. And for us, just a nice breeze out of the north, thank goodness. And rainfall-wise, this is an incredible amount of rain. This is from here on out. Another 15-20 inches of rain, Pensacola, perhaps Destin, and notice nearly 10 inches of rain all the way over to Augusta, Georgia. So this is going to be a prolific rainmaker. There's going to be massive flooding that we're going to see when daylight hours come tomorrow. Our weather, fine, thank you. 91 the high tomorrow. Mixture of sun and clouds, maybe a sprinkle late in the day. Same goes for Thursday. Weak frontal boundary coming in Friday, and then the weekend looking good with comfortable humidity and overnight lows dipping down into the upper 80s, and overnight lows rather in the mid to upper 60s, and daytime highs in the upper 80s. So as good as it gets